So this is How Was Your Day, Bombshell? Well, I worked today. Nothing new there. Grandpa got his Meals on Wheels. He still has not got his stimulus check. I got this letter from the IRS and I kept it because I heard that we need it for our taxes next year. Well, I wrote them a nice letter. I was very kind and very polite. And then I turned around and gave the address to my grandfather because he wrote the IRS a long time ago to the one in Washington, D.C. This IRS is based out of Texas. And so maybe it'll make a difference. That's what I'm hoping for his sake. So with us both writing a letter, maybe we can make a mountain move, or bring attention to the situation that a World War II veteran who has served his country and deserves more than our respect, deserves the honor of recognition of at least his stimulus check. So, and he's got the first two, but he just hasn't got the third, which makes no unearthly sense. I did finish reading the Rawhide Man today, which is a new book by Diana. Well, it's a new to me book. I got this book out at Walmart about 2 weeks ago for $5.98, which had two of her classics in it, and they just named it The Rancher's Claim. Well, the first one is called The Rawhide Man, and I can see why it's called that, because he does treat her so rough and so crude, and yet she's cold and bitter, and we don't really know what brings that about until the closer to the end of the book. And that book I won't be reading to you page by page, but maybe I'll pick out a few sections of that book to share with you. But it was good, yet it was bad. It got mixed reviews from me, but I do hope that you check out that book as well. So speaking of books, we're going to try and finish all of Woman's World tonight, and we're going to try and finish, well, I wouldn't say finish, because that other one's a little bit more, we'll probably get a good dent in the other book that we've been reading, which is The Rancher's Wedding by Diana Palmer. And that book, I really want you all to listen and truly grasp that story to heart, because too many times outside interferences ruin good relationships. So with that being said, not much more to share with you tonight. I did start my artwork back up today, but it was funny because after I read The Rawhide Man, I started to read the next book called The Reluctant Father. And I was, after like the fourth page, I was like, nah, I need time to digest The Rawhide Man before I start this next book. So that's when I was like, mind switch, and started doing some coloring. All in all, it was an okay day. After work, when I told you we were supposed to go grocery shopping, but he said, hey, you have Wednesday off. That's what we're going to do Wednesday. So what I told him to do is we would go out to Walmart and I would get some cat food out there for Sam and just me something to eat for lunch. And that's what we did. And we went through Arby's. I had their chicken tenders tonight, shared it with Peanut. And it wasn't that bad. And it was nice to have a little change, something that's not roast beef all the time. And then of course I'm not having any shakes right now, because why? They don't have my mint chocolate chip shake, and they won't have until December again. Same goes for the fish. And we came home, we ate, and we were discussing our game plan for tomorrow. I really wanted to mow, but Grandpa said it's going to be too wet to mow. So what we're going to do is focus on the house. That ought to be fun, right? Yep, you got to get the house up to par, because Sunday is Mother's Day, and they're all going to be gathering up here at the house, and he wants the house to look spiffy, if you will. So that's what we're going to be focusing on tomorrow. And I keep kidding him. I'm like, who else is coming? Are we going to have President Biden here or something to get it that spiffy, white glove tested, But anyway, that's going to be the thing tomorrow, since bad weather came today. I just really want to get my tomatoes in the ground, my marigolds. I want to mow. Spring has sprung. Maybe it's cabin fever, but I want to get out there and do some of this stuff, y'all. And it seems like the good weather is always on the days that I work. Always. Although this week we have had, some record bad weather, so we'll just have to wait and see. By that I mean lots of storms, and we almost had that tornadoes, so that's what I mean by that. Thank you for tuning in. I am keeping track of what you're watching. It seems like my Dear Bombshells and sometimes my Woman's World magazine, or right after I do a workout, y'all want to watch that. So I guess I'm more entertaining when I'm out of air and out of energy. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. And please check out the Rancher Wedding book. Every time I put those videos up, that book I am reading so far. I may skip it when it gets to the sensual part, but so far I am reading it page for page. So please be sure to check that out. It's a wonderful book. I can't say enough good stuff about it. I wanted to say also, if anyone out there has any kind of books, whether it's kid books, adult books, magazines, drop them off at my house. You know how to get a hold of me, either by email, text, phone call. I always welcome those, because on Sunday when I go up to the Candy Kitchen, I will take kid books and any books that I wouldn't read, or any books that my work mom wouldn't read, up to the Candy Kitchen. And that's where they would go. If they're a magazine, no doubt they would probably go to my work mom, because she reads those. So anybody out there with magazines and stuff, please keep that in mind as well. But magazines, I should say, or books, being adult books or kid books of those kinds. So thank you for watching. Next up, we're going to do the rest of Woman's World, and then I'm going to work out, and then I will come back and we'll read some more of the Rawhide. I almost said Rawhide Man. The Rancher's Wedding. So stay tuned.